Alright, supposedly I'm live. Let's just double check real quick. Do-do-do. Yeah, it says I'm live. Awesome, cool. Today was supposed to be more structured, but it's not happening that way, apparently. We're gonna go for about an hour. The recording started, we have about a minute so far. Yeah, today has been a doozy of a day. I think I'm gonna use this channel to explain like things in my life and other stuff and play video games and do all that fun stuff. I do have notes. I religiously take notes of everything. If you haven't noticed already, the majority of my content is extreme ADHD based, right? So I have to deal with ADHD on a daily basis. So that's fun. I have so much ADHD that I literally redefined a few different studies, if I remember correct. Like my testing was so far off the charts, it was wild. Anyways, as such is the case, I have to take ADHD medicine so that I'm a functioning human being, because otherwise, depression. Basically, I have diet autism, right? So I have to take my legal meth, and yeah, without it, I'm a depressed, horrible person. Now, if I only take half of it, oh, that's what happened today. So that's you'll know why it happened in just a second. Yeah, so I took half my meds today because I got so focused on doing homework and stuff that I completely forgot to do my meds, my second round of meds. So that was fun. And then I went to go and try and pick up my meds today from the CVS, and I'm about done with CVS, I swear to God. Never mind my stupid phone. The CVS, so if you guys don't know, Adderall or legal meth is considered a controlled substance. Whoa, wow. It's actually a really good thing. I'm kind of really glad that it is a controlled substance, because oh my gosh, I did a bunch of research and looked at it and I was like, holy cow, people without ADHD, if they took my ADHD meds, would be addicted to meth basically. And for me, because I'm ADHD and my brain work different, it's like I forgot to take my ADHD pills today. Other people take it like a few times, they're like, I need my Adderall, I need to take an Addy. Which for me, it's not like that. I'm like, oh, I forgot again. Sometimes I forget, because sometimes I will forget. I have a little bit of extra pills in my pill bottle because you forget for a day or two and you're like, oh shit, and that's... So I do technically have a little bit past, but it's within reason. It's not like I'm gonna go sell it. It's like, oh, if my prescription gets messed up again, like it always does, I'll be fine. Because don't you know, my first CVS that I went to all the time, been going there for years, right? My prescription started disappearing. I get sent there, and yeah, I get a notification saying, hey, come pick up your prescription. And I'm like, oh cool, I'm gonna go pick up my prescription because CVS actually sent me a notification saying, hey, come pick up your prescription. Guess what was a lie? I would go, this is whenever I still had a car, we'll get into car stuff later. Yeah, no, I'd go and I would go to pick up my prescription, and it's not there. There's no prescription. Why isn't there no prescription there? Oh, you already picked it up. No, what do you mean I picked it up? Yeah, you did. And I'm like, did you scan my driver's license? Because to get your prescription, at least where I live, you have to scan your driver's license because it's a form of identification that can always be pulled up and it's unique to you. They're like, oh no, and I'm like, then nobody picked up my prescription. Did you fill my prescription to somebody who wasn't me? And then they would go silent, and they would just be like, because they had this look of, I know exactly what happened. A pharmacy tech or somebody else pocketed your prescription. At the one place I would always go, and I'd be like showing them the text, and I'd be like, I haven't left my house in like 4 days. How did they pick it up supposedly yesterday? How did I pick it up supposedly yesterday? Whenever I have literal evidence that I never left my house and I never was here. So that was fun. I had to deal with that bullshit. I got accused of a few things, and I was literally just kind of sitting there like, I'm just here to pick up my prescription. You guys haven't refilled it properly, and they'd be like, oh, we don't have it in the system, or oh, we don't have it right now physically, you're gonna have to wait 3 days, and then they would send it, and then I'd pick it up. And then half the time, because everything was a little bit messed up, well, the other prescription would elapse, or they would say, oh, you need to come pick up your prescription. It's like, we filled your prescription. I'd get there, and it's like, oh, you can't pick it up yet because you're within 30 days of picking up your prescription. It would be like, well, why did you fill my prescription 30 days from the point of my last prescription? Because don't you know, with controlled substances, you basically, whenever they fill your prescription, depending on what it is, in my case, I have a 30-day cooldown window, basically. Fair enough. Basically, if I pick up my prescription, let's say on the 15th, and then 30 days from that point, I can pick up my next prescription. Fair enough. They would fill my prescription like within 20 days, which they're not supposed to do. And then they would get pissy at me and be like, well, you got to come pick it up. And I'd come pick it up, and they're like, we legally can't give this to you. And I'm like, I know. Why are you filling it before you legally can? And they're like, oh, no. And then I'd leave. I'd try to come pick it back up again, and they'd be like, oh, we thought you had already picked it up. And I'm like, bruh. And so that was the first place. Farm techs were stealing my prescription, guys. Woo. So the next place I moved to, because they had a lot better reviews, by the way, first place was a CVS. Next place is also a CVS. Okay. Not too bad. Prescription, first few times, no issues whatsoever. All good. Absolutely happy. It's like 2 minutes away from my house or apartment. No issues. I got into a car wreck in early August. Sucks. I'm fine, medically speaking. I'm willing to admit that I'm fine. As one of the things for my car wreck, sorry, I'm running on half a dose, so I am not as wired as I normally am, which makes me sad and depressy and mopey. So, woo, brain go brr. Basically, I lost my train of thought. Where is it? ADHD, give it back. God damn it, you motherfucker. Oh, after my car accident, I went to see my primary doctor for a follow-up checkup after my ER visit, because duh. I get there, fine and all that stuff, and while I'm there, I'm talking to him. I'm like, hey, I'm pretty sure my prescription is prescription for, my ADHD meds. I think it's not working anymore, because whenever you have extreme ADHD, you have to take this stuff any day you want to function as a normal human being. You have to take it. And the issue is, if you're taking it consistently every day, it builds up your tolerance, right? So like, I've seen jokes on the internet about it, but like for alcoholics, it's like, oh yes, drinking that much alcohol for somebody, for a normal person would probably kill them. For an alcoholic, that's just a Tuesday. Kind of the same thing here. Basically, my prescription is like, it's high. It's not super duper high. It's not as high as some people I know. It's like, holy shit, you operate on what? My prescription is high, but it's not super duper high. And so he just upped it a little bit more so that it's like, okay, cool. Instead of being on this, you're on this, and it's just like a bump, right? It's not too bad. Didn't change the price I pay for my prescription because my health insurance is awesome. I get it through my family. It's awesome. I pay like $10. I love my health insurance provider because I ask them, hey, what do I owe you? And they're like, this. And I'm like, hey, I already paid that. And they're like, dope, cool. I actually really like my health insurance provider. They're like super duper cool. So I was talking to my doctor. I'm like, hey, can we get my prescription upped? He's like, yeah, I think we can do that. I was saying, hey, I'm getting home basically, and I try to make sure that my meds are spaced so that I feel awake when I get home. So, I can do laundry or do other things or study if I need to because, I'm a college student. He's like, that's perfectly reasonable. I get home and I'm just having horrible exhaustion. He's like, that's not good. Sure, let's up it. And we upped it and all that fun stuff. Sends my prescription over to the new pharmacy. New pharmacy receives it and it's all good. I run to the pharmacy that day. This is after my car wreck. I was driving a rental. I drove my rental to the pharmacy. Get there. I'm like, hey, can I get my prescription? They're like, hey, it'll be ready in like 40 minutes. I'm like, awesome. I'll go and actually, what did I do? I think I went and got like a cheeseburger or something. I went and hung out basically for a little bit, and then I came back and I was like, hey, is it ready? And they're like, yep, here you are. And they gave it to me. And I was like, hey, before I go, can I confirm to make sure that you guys have it in the system? Because as it is a controlled substance, they can only send in 3 months worth of prescriptions at a time. Like my physician, is that the proper word? I think so. My physician says, he's like, hey, you don't have to come see me for like another 6 months because you were already supposed to be like due for a 6-month checkup in like 3 months, but because you came for the car wreck thing, you just 6 months from now we'll check in to see if you're still doing good. I'm like, cool. But as he can only authorize 3 months in advance, which makes sense. It is a felony to possess too much of this, technically speaking. He can only legally send in 3 prescriptions. I'm like, absolutely, that makes perfect sense. I don't fault you for it. Basically, I just have to hit him up every 3 months and send him a message through the hospital app or whatever and say, hey, could you send in the next 3 months? And he's like, yeah, totally. You're like, cool. He'd sent all 3 months. CVS got all 3 months. I checked with CVS. Me and the lady sat there and looked at the computer screen together. She was like, yep, you're good. It'll be there. The next time will be 9/11, which I was like, which was Sunday. I was also like, I can't go on a Sunday probably just because you guys won't be open, and as well as it's 9/11. And they're like, yeah. So just come on then, a few days after. I'm like, cool, whatever. Verified that my next 2 prescriptions would be at this location at these dates, and that they weren't going to expire or anything or disappear or anything. I went today. Guess what wasn't on my account? My prescription. What the fuck, CVS? And the lady's like, yeah, you don't have any prescriptions at all in your account. And I'm like, excuse me? And she's like, yeah, it just doesn't exist. And I'm like, you verified my identity, right? And she's like, yeah. And I'm like, you verified my card. And she's like, yeah, we scanned it. And I'm like, and you can't find anything. And she's like, yeah, we can't find anything. And I'm like, that means either you're lying to me, your system got erased by somebody who works here, or we just had a system mess up, which I completely understand system mess ups, but at this point, because I've had to deal with system mess ups, and all that so many times, kind kind of at the point where I'm pretty sure my prescription, which is a class 1 drug, I think it's class 1 actually. I don't actually know. Is Adderall a class 1 drug? Hold up. Before we go back to story time. Oh, shoot. You know what? Screw it. We're gonna go see. Okay, is Adderall a class 1 drug? Okay, it's a Schedule 2. Okay, as a class 2 drug, it's a controlled substance, right? Okay. Don't worry, we'll go back to doing some fun Google searches and story time here more in a little bit. I know probably nobody's watching this, but I don't care. I'm having fun ranting. I think this is what this channel is gonna be. Is like my video essays, like Captain's Log, but like for other projects and whatnot. It's whatever. Yeah. So, my prescription does not exist in their system, and I'm like, what the hell? By the way, CVS's system, like automated system to try and figure out what's going on or try to get a hold of somebody in the pharmacy is horrible. I absolutely hate it. I have to bum a ride to go and figure out what's going on because they will not answer the phone. Gotta love it, CVS. So I'm like, okay, either my prescription's being stolen and they're trying to erase their evidence because they're a smart cookie farm tech. By the way, every single time I go to these CVS's, it's always a different farm tech there. Wow. I have a friend who's a farm tech, and they're like, yeah, people get fired all the time because they're doing stuff like that. I'm like, cool. My prescription if you look at the street market value for what my prescription is, oh my god. Those farm techs get paid like $15 an hour in my region. You swipe a bottle, you sell it. Holy shit, you basically just made a month's worth of pay. Still, though, don't steal prescription from people who need it. I am not a functioning human being. Like, ADHD, my ADHD is so strong, I literally, it's a night and day difference. If I take my meds, it's like, oh, I'm a functioning human being who can do studying for hours. If I don't take my meds, I curled up in bed for 11 hours today and I watched TikToks and stupid things that I could find on my iPad because my phone died because I was watching too many TikToks. I'm just so tired of this. I'm gonna have to try and call my health insurance company. According to them, might be able to do my prescription online. I don't know. I have to call them tomorrow and be like, hey, can I do an online prescription like delivery thing? Because I'm tired of people actually stealing a substance that they have no good reason to be stealing. They're probably going to be like, well, we have to get authorization by your doctor. And I'm going to be like, that is completely fair. And then my doctor's going to be like, yeah, I authorize it. And then they're going to be like, okay, let's look at some things. Or they're going to be like, okay, for legal reasons, we can't actually send it to you. And I'm going to like, God damn it. Oh. It's just so annoying. Because it's like, if I keep going to pharmacies and the pharmacies keep messing up or farm techs keep stealing it, I'm screwed. Basically, I'm screwed. If they try to send it to me, right? I think if they have the proper authorization, they should be able to, but I'm not entirely sure because I don't fucking know. Excuse me. But I would assume should be able to, roughly. I don't know. I hope they. Anyways, I hope they can, because oh my god. Now, if they're like, oh, well, we sent you a 90-day supply, and I'm gonna be like, can you just guys send a 30-day supply? Because I'm gonna be real, 90 days is kind of sketchy. Like, I'm okay with only having 30 days worth of meds at a time. It means I can't be incriminated for something. Like, straight up, that is a kind of a fact, because if you think about it, if they're sending it to me as a, like, oh, okay, we're gonna send a supply to you directly, and let's say something happened and fingers got pointed at me for some reason, it's like, okay, liability just got completely thrown out the window, because it's like, well, we know you have a 90-day supply of this. That's not good. That's not good for me. I'm not gonna sell my prescription. I'm not trying to say that I am. I'm just saying, if something happened, it's that could make a situation look really bad real quick. If they're like, well, where's all your pills? Why aren't they all accounted for? Because I've heard of things happening like that, where somebody gets in trouble or something happens near you, or you're at something or whatnot, but you weren't directly responsible or anything, but because you were there, they audit you as well, but they don't all just audit your finances, they audit everything. And I'm like, I'm gonna be real, chief. I'm just trying to do my research and just hang out and just like watch One Piece. I don't know, chief. I don't know, bitches be crazy. If not, I'm just gonna have to find a different pharmacy, I guess. Maybe Walgreens, which I hear they're not any better. Yeah, so that's the fun stuff going on right now. I've having issues with the meds people, so that's fun. Oh, I got into a car wreck recently. I don't know if I've talked about that yet. Yeah, I got into a car wreck. My car got totaled. I used my statistics that I learned over the summer to say, hey, my car's worth more than what you guys are quoting me, but not too much more. They said, okay, we're gonna give you this much money, and I was like, cool. And I'm looking for a new car right now, though. I'm doing a lot of research on stuff, just everything. But the car market is completely messed up. Like the used car market, I'm trying to buy used car market is completely messed up right now, which is wild. They're saying that the car market bubble for used cars should pop sometime soon. Like it dropped like some crazy, I want to say 14% or some shit. I don't know. They're saying it dropped the other day, which is like, whoa, wow, that's crazy. So I'm trying to ride it out. Currently, I live on campus. Not saying where, but I live on a campus, and so I have food near me, as well as I have enough food stockpiled in my dorm that I should be good. Oh, there's an Andy cat. Hopefully. I can't drive to go see about prescription stuff unless I get a ride from somebody. Woo. Yeah. So, yeah. Waiting for the used car market bubble to pop. And then I need new computer parts. I know that. Well, I built this computer that I'm streaming on right now. I built it a few years ago. And the intention was to, like, upgrade or build a new PC partway through college, or like at the beginning of college. And now for me, I'm almost done with college, so it's like might as well keep the computer for right now. And then it's kind of going to be the Theseus ship computer where I replace parts on it until it's a new computer, basically, which will be kind of really funny to me. I find it hysterical, honestly. Yeah. And, well, graphics cards are expensive. They're going down right now. And I'm, in theory, I think I was seeing it the other day, in theory, in 8 days, they should be releasing the 4000 series. Now, 4000 series of NVIDIA graphics cards should be tanky and beefcakes. I'm super excited for it. It means that the 3000 series is about to get cheaper. It also means that they're going to start producing laptops, and all of the 3000 series laptops are going to be cheaper, and I want a Razer Blade or something. I want a really expensive laptop right now. I have the money for it technically, but I do not want to spend the money on it right now whenever the cutting edge is about to get more cutting and sharper. That sentence was fucking bad. Yeah, no, so I'm kind of waiting for things to just appear now on the market, waiting for market to crash for cars, waiting for the market to crash on computers, because there's going to be a flood of new stuff. Currently I have like a 1050 Ti in this computer, and I need a new laptop anyways. My old laptop is kind of crap. Like, it was good for a while, now it's absolute shite. I absolutely hate it. It makes me sad. It's like, you were fast at one point. Ugh. No, it's slow. So, yep. Kind of figured, wait for that market to pop, wait for the other one. I already fucking said that. And then right now, I'm doing research right now. I'm at a college, right? And so one of the things in the college is I'm in the honors college as well. So I have research I'm supposed to be doing. That's technically for senior year. I'm a junior. I started early because the research I'm doing is on market investment stuff. And while I was like, you know what, we're going to have to aggregate data from 2 years at least, as well as it should be a cool investment strategy. And I'm working on a whole bunch of other stuff. I have to do contract course, which means I basically have to do something that augments, quote unquote, augments my research or education. And so I'm doing something for my contract course that is really cool. I'm not talking about the entire thing right now. I'm just giving gist because it's not really done, but like a lot of the research stuff is done, and it's about the stock market. And so right now I'm also waiting for the stock market to pop, because if I'm being real, a lot of the conflicting data there is about stock market stuff is crazy, and it seems like everything's gonna pop soon. And so I'm trying to wait for the pop, kind of. Does that make sense? It's kind of a good idea, probably, because holy cow, things are expensive right now. Perceived inflation is up. That's one of the other reasons why I want to talk about other things that are more important on this second channel, rather than just talking about random stuff and playing video games. I'm still going to play video games and stuff on here, but you know what, we're also going to talk cool stuff. That brings me into my next thing that I was going to talk about. Yeah, so working finance stuff. Not having a car is wonderful, by the way. If you're a guy under the age of 25 who doesn't have kids and isn't married, your car expenditure per month on gas and insurance alone, kind of a lot. Now I don't have car payment. There is no car. I do keep, one of the things you should do if you're with an insurance company is you should always keep an account open with them. So whenever I had car insurance, my insurance company said you can save 14% on your entire insurance thing if you bundle renter's insurance and car insurance. And my renter's insurance is like $12 a month or something, and it covers all my valuables. So if, let's say, a roommate or somebody who came to like a party or whatever yoinked one of my things, it's covered. It's awesome. It makes me happy. Yeah. I had a laptop that got broken in my car wreck. I sadly, I'm a smart cookie. I had the replacement parts just lying around. I replaced it replaced all the stuff on the laptop. It's not like a brand new laptop, so it's not my daily laptop, but it is one of the ones that I use regularly for some things, and I replaced the parts for it. It was like $200, maybe $300 worth of parts or less. It wasn't too bad, but I replaced all the parts that were broken, and then I was like, hey, I did this, and they're like, oh, okay, and I'm like, so because it was in my car when it happened, and they're like, yeah, totally. Now, do you have the receipts for the stuff? And I'm like, I don't. And they're like, how do you not have the receipts? Like this, and I'm like, ew, okay. I got all these parts, secondhand from reputable dealers and all that stuff, as well as I'm a computer guy, so I disassembled some computers at one point and kept the spare parts that I knew would fit in this. I was gonna sell those parts, but couldn't. And they're like, oh. I'm like, yeah. They're like, so you don't have? I'm like, nope. Guy on the phone with me is like, I'm so sorry to say this, but there's not much I can do. And I'm like, yeah. At least it was only $200 or $300. He's like, yeah, I mean, after like the payout you're gonna be getting for X, Y, and Z, you should be fine. Does that make sense? I'm like, yeah, it just sucks. And he's like, yeah. I'm like, I'll just eat the cost. And he's like, I'm so sorry to hear that. You sure you don't? I'm like, I'm sure there's nothing we can do about it because I don't have any receipts. Because why would you have receipts for computer parts that have just been lying around your apartment for months? That is to say, if you ever get into a car accident and you have the parts to repair something, don't. I hate the fact that that's backwards. Like it's like it should be a no-brainer of, yeah, just go repair it. Don't. Because insurance companies are assholes. Do you take photos of the damages prior to your repair? No. Why? Because I'm sorry, I was practical. I was like, hey, I need to get X, Y, and Z off this laptop now. So I repaired the laptop. Stupid mistake. I'm tired. So, yay. Oh yeah. I was talking about my research. I'm doing a bunch of investment research. Basically, that's what my time is being spent on. I'm trying to get ahead in all my classes so that I can start working on the stuff that I was preaching about last stream. If you haven't seen the last stream, please go watch it. It was a lot of fun, and I did deep dive into the social media content creation stuff. I really want to start doing that stuff purely because I think it's a good idea. It's a good application of all my understanding of things. Yeah, 10 pieces of media a day. I have two different things. I have a website, and then I have BoneDaddy. And for very specific reasons, the website that I have, which is also a blog, and I want to do more stuff with that, will not ever reference BoneDaddy directly, because the BoneDaddy stuff is supposed to be shitposts and funny things, right? We're supposed to talk about crazy out there things. And so that's kind of, for all intents and purposes, anybody, if I know that my community is very small, pretty much non-existent, but if it starts building as I continue to grow, please note as my community members, BoneDaddy and this other thing are not associated. You understand? Please do not associate the two. I'm trying to make sure that they're not associated, unless the only association should be like my face. But you know what? My face and probably this shirt, honestly. Like, my hope is that I really love my parents, and my mom would absolutely flip her shit if she knew that I did half the stuff I did on BoneDaddy. Like, I don't really care, but at the same time, I like going to family Christmas and not getting yelled at. Like, I really like going to family Christmas and not getting yelled at. It is one of my favorite experiences. Oh, the humanity! What if somebody saw that? Okay, the point was to present myself in a funny manner to make people understand that I'm not just an incredible hard ass, but also somebody who's incredibly caring about crafting things and likes to laugh at stuff. sometimes I come off as a hard ass or a asshole or whatever in IRL because I'm just ADHD. Yeah. I get so hyper fixated on details, or I'm stupid. Sometimes I'm smart. Mostly I'm stupid. Sometimes when I'm being smart, like, ooh, I'm so quirky. I'm kind of an ass. Self-improvement, woo. If you identify the issue and you work on the issue, you can eventually overcome the issue. That's what I believe, at least. And it works. Look at my ADHD. Now, because such issues exist, I have to continuously evolve and change and all that stuff, which is fun. But yeah. Oh, the website stuff. It's basically blog and all that stuff. I challenge myself. I'm like, I want to make sure that I have one blog post per day and all that stuff. Because car accident and because burnout. Because I will work myself until I burn out, and then I burn out for a few months, and then I come back and I'm like, I'm gonna work myself till I burn out again. Blah blah blah. That's why consistent uploads doesn't really exist as much on my channel. Like I've been trying to keep it consistent for like one video per month. Like this last Modern Warfare 2 video, really like that video. Want to make more videos. Want to make more videos again, one for each month, hopefully again. I think I have some catching up to do technically, but it's not too bad. Not all of my videos do I count as like a whole video or like a video towards the one video per month counter, because some things it's like a 2-minute thing and it's like, no. But I digress. I would really like to start getting into all that stuff again, but I know what I'm saying. I would like to get into all the stuff again, and I have a lot of homework to do prior to. Well, a lot of my classes are really cool and I can work ahead, so I'm working ahead in all my classes. I can only really read 3 books at a time. I figured this out. Guess how? And I have 4 classes, and so I have 4 books to read. Luckily, one of the classes is primarily a wood shop class, and the book isn't as integral as it seems, as well as there's PowerPoints. Life Hacking College, all of your books also come with PowerPoint through the lecturer, so if you don't want to buy your books, you probably don't have to. I don't buy any of my books. I only buy the things that are required. I think I bought 1 book this semester, and it was for the online access key. Now I'm taking notes on the entire book so that I can have them forever, and because I'm taking such thorough notes, I don't technically need to take notes on anything. Like, I've scooted by for multiple semesters in a row. Like, I made the dean's list, not to brag, I made the dean's list for 3 semesters in a row with a 4.0 GPA for each semester without having to study or like take notes at all. But because I'm like, holy shit, this stuff's super easy for me because I have a gajillion certifications in computers. Oh my god. I'm realizing, why don't I just make things for other people? And because my blog is supposed to be oriented towards writing and self-reflection and talking about things, I'm like, well, I have so much notes that I take. Why don't I just upload my notes to the blog? And then that solves the problem of 1 post per day, because usually I'm taking like 1 to 3 or 4 things of notes per day. So if I turn that into the blog stuff, because I've been super behind on my blog, like 1 post per day, it's a crazy goal to hit, right? And I burned myself out like right before my car accident, so I might as well try to recoup and recover a little bit of lost time by just posting my notes. And then the other thought was turning a lot of the stuff I have, a lot of the way I take notes is one of the best ways. I think I'll probably do a video on it or something, or a stream about it and talk about, hey, this is how you should probably take notes. It's more effective than anything that I've seen. And so one of the things you have to do is like key terms, and like a lot of people are like, oh my gosh, the key terms, vocabulary, why? And I'm like, that is like the bread and butter of all this stuff. And I'm like kind of thinking, I'm like, I could make like an entire dictionary for all these key terms on my website, and that would just fill all of the one post per day things, like the requirements, real damn quick. And I'm like, that might be a good idea. So I might be doing that. I don't know though. So yeah, a lot of stuff to do for the blog. I've been doing a lot more drawing stuff. That's going on the blog stuff. Yeah, just been kind of working on stuff. I have more things that I want to do research on. I want to play video games on this channel. I really love Tetris 99, and it's the only reason I pay for Switch Online. It's really the only reason I bought a Switch, other than like I think there was Mario Odyssey and then the Pokemon games, which I still have yet to complete and or buy. And Animal Crossing, which I played one time on stream and I need to start getting back into. I figured if I get ahead in all of these classes, I can start streaming and doing whatever the hell I want. Right now, one of my classes, I have to take notes online through an online thing. And so I've been taking notes, but I've been watching Harvard lectures in the background. By the way, you can find Harvard lectures on YouTube, as well as I think they have an official website for it as well, which means you can also list it on your LinkedIn profile, which I'm like, Harvard. Yeah, you don't put it at the top because it's not technically a highest completion degree, but you can put Harvard technically. Like I've seen some things saying you can technically say, hey, yeah, no, I attended, or hey, no, I learned the things that they teach at Harvard. You just make it very clear. You're like, no, I didn't actually, like I'm a student of Harvard. I've never actually completed like a degree from them. I think they might actually have some online certification programs though, so you can. It's weird. I have to look at it. I'm super excited. Whenever I figure it out, I'll definitely share because that would be totally cool. But you know, I have 4 books to read. I'm reading 3. The other one I'm not reading right now. Once I catch up with the other ones, right? Once I complete the notes for a bunch of them, I'm going to start notating for other classes. I have a management class, computer science, and a computer science class. I'm going to share all my notes pretty much, which they might also get their own video series. Yeah. It should be awesome. I kind of look like Brackies right now or whatever. I look kind of like a chef, and then I look like Einstein a little bit. I like it. I'm growing my hair out again. I've decided. I didn't want to for the longest time, but I'm at the point where I want to now. As well as I have more time, and my expenses are a lot more. I spend a lot less money because of the car insurance thing. That's the other thing. If I get a car again later on, I'll more likely be at a lower insurance bracket because I've continued my account with my renter's insurance. So it means the discount keeps rolling and building because of the age of the account, plus I'll be an older person technically, so they'll charge me less. Being a guy in America sucks. Yeah, I'm trying to grow this out. There is no... I don't know what I was going to say. I'm growing this out. It kind of looks weird, kind of looks bad. Kind of not the best, but you know what? I don't have to really worry about it. I'm in a place where I'm okay. I have no real perception of time. I think I've talked about this once or twice. I don't know, actually. No, hold up. I have no real perception of time, so that can be both a blessing. Hold up. Hello? Okay. I think we've been good this entire time. I have no real sense of time though. This can be a blessing and a curse. So literally, today is Tuesday apparently. I didn't know that until partway through Tuesday. I think, yeah, I didn't know it was Tuesday like at all. Yesterday was Monday apparently. I found this out I remember it was 3:30 on Monday that I found out it was Monday. I thought it was Thursday. I have no perception of time. I just get lost in my research. Yeah, whenever I'm not making videos or doing anything, I'm playing with my cat and researching. Now, it's probably not the healthiest life, but I have like no idea. There's a master calendar that I update, and I only really know what day it is on the calendar, and then the calendar sends me notifications. Which, yay, woo, sends me notifications, says, hey, go here, go do this. Like, I didn't realize it was Tuesday and that I need to stream today until I got a notification saying, hey, it's Tuesday, go stream. That's why there was very little prepared, and so that's why I'm just kind of ranting to a endless void right now, which I'm okay with. I don't really care. If somebody sees it, awesome. If nobody sees it, damn, dog. Whatever shall I do? I just had a therapy session while staring at myself in a digital mirror. Oh no, whatever shall I do? Yeah, no, I have a bunch of stuff that I want to work on and research and all that stuff. I'm researching, the Harvard stuff I'm listening to is neural nets and deep learning and all that stuff. That's something I've actually written about. It's one of the things I feel like we could explore here on the Bone Daddy channel is, I blanked. Yes, neural network development. One of the things that I really like, and I know a lot of people really like, is lo-fi music, and I love lo-fi music, and most of the lo-fi music tutorials that I've watched to try and maybe make some lo-fi music before all say it's fairly relatively simple. So part of me kind of wonders if we could make a lo-fi music generator. And then there's classical music generation, which that could be also cool, which we could start our own thing. If we make good enough lo-fi music and good enough classical music, we could start our own little live streams for that constantly. And I know people love that, and I'd love to have that, because then I could listen to my own lo-fi. And then it's also like, okay, well, did people actually like what I was producing? It's a proof of concept, as well as I can also set it up as another way to make some little cash and be like, hey, if you want to donate for this and all that stuff, then you can donate for each project. I've kind of thought about that, having different, like, so many different projects going, right? But having them be like, okay, would you help support this so that it's a continuous, like, work on thing? Like, I don't have to. I would love to make projects that can last for years, but I don't want to have to, like, monetize them with ads and stuff, right? And gunk up things with ads and sell out. But if I have to, I have to. So it's like, damned if you do, damned if you don't. Bone Daddy videos, if I can get sponsors, I absolutely. However, it is one of the things of full transparency for what goes down. Like, I'll be like, hey, so-and-so paid me X amount of dollars. Now, might not be immediately that I'd say that. So, like, if Raid Shadow Legends is like, we'll give you $5,000 to make something about it, and I'm like, okay, cool. And it's like, once the contract was up, I would be like, Raid Shadow Legends paid me $5,000 to say this. Now, if it's a company and they don't like the way I do business, damn, dog, you about to get trashed. I probably won't trash the majority of these companies. I'm fine with a lot of stuff. But if they're kind of weird about stuff, I'm just going to be like, whatever. If I can get free products, that'd be cool too. As long as they're free products that are quality. If they're not quality, I will dog on them. I do not give a fuck, okay? Now, like, free quality products? Yeah, totally. Not everything do I utilize, so there might be things that I'm like, why the fuck would I need that? But if they're like, hey, it's free, and it's like, well, I would never buy that for myself. Sure. and I'll totally say that later on. It'll be hysterical, right? Yeah, no, neural nets, yeah, sorry, the monetization conversation came up because neural nets, and I was thinking about making different streams. At one point, I had this idea for making a live stream where it is like the music live streams and all that stuff, but we have a goldfish that helps with generation. So wherever the location of the goldfish is on screen, it plays the next audio track, or it uses the goldfish's location to understand the it seeds it, like, you know, a Minecraft world, it has a seed or something. It's kind of the same thing, but with the goldfish location in a 2D grid. I really like that idea. Then I have one of the things we can also work on while streaming is this is all stuff that I want to work on, like as like let's program and stream kind of thing. One of the things is like a thing that turns images into stained glass, like it generates stained glass patterns and all that fun stuff. I think that could be a lot of fun. I really want to get into stained glass eventually. Image to vector generator, like something that could like take this photo, like a photo of me, and it's like they can turn it into vectors, like a CSV file or something that can infinitely be scaled up and down and all that stuff. I want to make it proprietary for me, because then I could basically say, hey, give me like $2, I will take a photo of something, turn it into a CSV file, fairly easy for you, and then I can give you a designed thing and make edits and be like, hey, here is your logo, or here is this image, but like scalable, so if you want it as a sticker you can, if you want it as a poster you can, you know, kind of cool stuff like that. And then I want a voice to text generator, just because my videos, I really like to do very specific editing with the captions. I really like to do very specific captions, and I've yet to find a way to like fully for free make my speech patterns. My speech patterns can be weird, and then this mic isn't the best and all that fun stuff. I kind of want to make something that's completely trained off of my voice and all that stuff, so that we can basically have awesome captioning, and then make like a free open source version of it for everybody. Because one of the most annoying things whenever you're doing video captions is doing one word at a time. Like, it's a lot of fun, right? It looks beautiful, but it takes for fucking ever, and I'd prefer it to not take forever. At one point I was thinking about it, it's like, if we could just split the audio up and then like make it to where every second it tries to make a caption and all this stuff. I'm like, that could be fun. I don't know. It'd be a fun project to go over. And I've thought about it, and it's HMM modeling, and I've done some light work research, and I think we could do more of that on here, but you know, it's all for the future. And then the foil to that, instead of voice to text, we have text to voice. And that's some really stuff. There's this website called UberDuck. They already do it, but I kind of want to do it myself, as well as I'd like to be able to make models of whoever's voice, but you could also make models of your own voice. And one of the things I had an idea about was making an animation engine. So I really love the Scribblenauts art style, but I kind of want that to be as like a pixel art more so. And I would love to have an animation engine where it's like that. And I went and mapped out all the different stuff. I was starting to look at stuff, and I'm like, okay, I can either program this from scratch, which would take forever, or I can try to like make a game engine. And so now I have a thought of, there's the Godot game engine, which I know very little about. I kind of figured we could start exploring that, maybe make a game engine, which you can also use to make content creation stuff, where you can have like, you know, fun making customizable characters that can run around in like a little 2D plane, but like I can do a little bit more fun bit and animated stuff. Like, I really would love to make some animated content, but the thing is, I'm a sucker for automation. Oh, hold up. I'm a sucker for automation, and I know my drawing skills aren't on par to doing hand animation every single day. And I know that you should practice it every day to get better. It's like, I don't want to do that. I really like the smoothness of like really well done procedural animation. I'm like, it can be really fun to do that, and then you just make it to where all the character models run around, and you can have them interact, but then you can also have them interact on a green screen, so that it's like something you can just boop into any scene you want. And then it's like, oh, I could also like make other stupid funny content like Ace Attorney or like courtroom things. And I'm like, you could even make an entire like YouTube it's just a bunch of things that I kind of think would be a lot of fun. I don't know, it's something that we could probably do. So like Gamebox and Then there's some games I kind of want to work on making. Like, I really want to work on making some games. I really like the idea of making some games, but it takes forever, and it's like, okay, if I'm sitting down for a few hours each week to stream, I might as well say, hey, we're going to work on this at this time. No, I can't say what we'll be working on, but it's whatever. Then there's the idea of making a multi-platform, multi-account thing where I think I talked about it briefly during the last stream. Basically, most of the algorithms are broken for most of the social media platforms. If you're making like a meme empire, you make multiple accounts and you just shitpost all of them. I don't like the idea of it, but it could also be a fun project to be like, hey, this actually does work, or this doesn't. I proved a conjecture, get fucked. So yeah, that could be some fun stuff. So building stuff. So right now I'm gonna try and get ahead in all my classes. I'm gonna do some intense research. I'm gonna work on some art stuff, and I'm gonna start trying to do 10 pieces of media per day. Now, who knows about that last one? We can hope. But yeah, start growing a following online. People will look back at this and be like, wow, he really just spelled it all out for us. And we'll be like, you're damn right I did. No, I'm not going to repeat myself. Hopefully, at least. I've found that I do repeat myself sometimes, but what can you do? You're only human. Yeah. So, I have a lot of stupid, funny ideas. Kind of figured it'd be fun to do a bunch of like, hey, we did this programming thing. As well as a lot of those content modelings or like neural network modelings require a lot of compute time and a lot of dedicated working on it. And it's like, well, I have like jack shit to do. I'm a college student. I have a campus job where I go to my job and I hang out and I do research and I help with questions and I do stuff. Then I come home, I do research, or I watch movies, or I hang out with my cat, or all of the above, or I eat. Yeah. So, if I'm not at my computer, might as well have it do neural modeling. Oh, well, that takes hours and hours. Damn, dog, that sucks. It's got hours and hours to go do that. Woo! And then the other thing is I'm going to be working on a bunch of certifications. Oh, don't know if you guys know what COBOL is. It's a programming language that is in desperate need of programmers, but because it's so old, nobody knows it and nobody wants to learn it. So I recently received a textbook from a friend. I'm borrowing it technically, but it is a rather large textbook, and that's one of my next reading projects. So I'm going to have to go and try and read that. Or I want to go and try and read that and maybe teach other people how to program in COBOL, and then also program in COBOL myself, which will be a good way to get a shit ton of money. Money, 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 money. Why do you want money, Ben? Why do you want money, Bones? I want money so that I can fund my other projects. I want to have a brewery and a distillery. Hell, maybe even a dispensary. Depends on the state. No, I'd love to have a homestead. I'd love to remodel homes. I'd love to make videos about all that kind of stuff too, because I love that stuff, but I want to make money, 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 so I can fund all that stuff. I don't really care about frivolous spending. Like, I'm not trying to get the Gucci watch or like the Rolexes. I'm trying to be able to make sustainable housing and do other things, which, wow, you're crazy. Yeah, I am. I want to make money to help others. Sue me. But please don't actually sue me. I don't want to be sued. Also, my lawyers are better than yours. You're almost at the end of the stream. I think I'm almost done. I'm almost out of ranting energy. I am tired, my guys. Yeah, no, the goal is to find the hustles that make the money, and then say, hey, we made the money. We're going to use the money that we made to funnel it to these other projects that also make money but are like really cool and sustainable. I also want to do research. Like I love researching. It does not pay absolute jack shit in the university systems. All computer research, all computer based stuff is literally like there's a reason why computer science classes lag behind by multiple years. Oh, and a lot of the research I want to do and a lot of the research I want to do doesn't involve computer science directly, but it needs computer understanding, stuff like that. So, yep. Also, I'd like to teach people. Like, I want to be that cool, crazy professor that rolls in on a scooter. I already roll in on a scooter, but I want to be the professor who does it too, who's tenure. He's like, I have tattoos, I don't give a fuck. I think that'd be funny as hell. Alright, I'm tired. We're gonna call it there. I would rant for longer, but I have no energy. Hopefully we'll play video games soon. Thank you for watching. I've been Bone Daddy, or Bone Daddy Live. Go check me out on YouTube. I'm Bone Daddy on YouTube, and then I am on TikTok. I'm Bone Daddy. I think I'm Bone Daddy 69420 because Bone Daddy is never available. Bone Daddy official 69420. Go check me out. I post there mostly daily. I try to at least. Coming soon to other platforms, Bone Daddy? Question mark. I'm on Minecraft. I bought my Minecraft account. I've been using one that my stepdad owned for a long time, but I was like, I can't get into it anymore. Screw it, we're just gonna buy a new one. Now I have Bone Daddy as a Minecraft account, so woo. Anyways, Bone Daddy out. Like and share, die. Yes.